Sometimes in my quest to create something cute or sweet for a season, it winds up being corny, but you'll be the judge of that. Hey everyone, thanks for coming by today and hanging out with me. And today I'm going to continue in my little bit of a quest to take down the little bit of Easter that I did and just transition between that and then leave a little spring stuff out before I put all of that away. It helps a little bit with, just that not only putting the stuff away, but that transition that, I don't go through it, but Marianne does. She has that thing where I'll take stuff down and she feels like it looks empty and it feels empty. And, I think it makes her a little bit sad. So I'm trying to do it a little bit differently this year. I'm moving slowly. Like she didn't even notice that I took the Easter stuff out of the dining room and just left some spring stuff out. So that's good because otherwise, sometimes she gets a little bit like, why'd you do that? Why'd you take that down so fast? I put up a video about how I just minused the Easter things out of the dining room and just left some spring decor up for, probably until early May. And today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be working on the entry table in the foyer. Now, I wanted to completely clear it off, but like I said, I thought maybe I can, just go into a little bit of a spring look, and then eventually, it'll be gone altogether. But my dilemma is this. Sometimes in my process of making these kind of vignettes, I start to get a little bit too whimsical and, it winds up being corny and it looks silly. And I'm going to ask you if you think it's silly, and I won't be upset if you think it's silly because sometimes I think it's a little bit silly, but I do it anyway because I have this thing, I don't know what it is, it's some kind of psychosis that I have to keep creating something and changing something. I guess I kind of look at all these different things like an artist would look at a canvas, and I keep thinking, how can I change that or how can I make that better? And sometimes I make it worse, but that's the process of, doing this kind of stuff. So like I said, we're going to work on the entry table. I'm going to minus out, the eggs and the bunnies and all of that kind of stuff. And my thought is to make it kind of look like a little bit of a fairy tale garden, and fairy tale is in air quotes. But again, you'll be the judge of it. So let me know what you think. If you would think that, if you would come over and say, oh, that looks so cute, or you would come over and say, oh, that looks really tacky, or that looks really juvenile, or whatever. I'm curious. So let's get going. Today, I'm in the entrance foyer, and I have to de-Easterize the entry table. I don't know exactly how much I'm leaving. I was starting to think, I think I'm going to leave the tulips up for a little bit and make it look like, a garden. But I don't know. When I start taking it apart, who knows what's going to happen. Things that have to come out, obviously, are the carrots are going to come out. There's this old-fashioned Easter basket that has to come out. And then, of course, the two bunnies, they have to come out. So I'm going to do that first. Okay, carrots are out. Next, I think, are the bunnies. Bunnies are out. Next will be the basket. All right, so here's my first problem already. I had this garland inside the basket with lights in it, but now it's this clump here, so I have to see what I'm going to do with that. But before I do that, I'm going to take out all the eggs. Took that big clump out, but now I have all of this left over. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this hanging part off and make it, I don't know, I think I have to just change that somehow. So let me take a look at that. So I think I'm going to put a watering can here. I put that riser there so it is up above this. And I have this watering can, and I'm gonna set it like that on there. Now I have some garden tools that I think I'm gonna put here if I can find them. I have like a little pair of gloves and I'm not sure where I put them, but that's next. All right, so when I stood back and I looked at it, I just felt like the wreath was way too much up there, so I took it off, but I took the Mark Roberts present I got from Lucy and put it down on the watering can because I think he's appropriate for this little spring garden. He's just too adorable to put away already. And now I'm stepping back and I'm looking at it and I'm thinking everything needs to move over to the right. All right, so I just pushed it over a little bit. I didn't have to take it apart. And I left the opening in the middle, and I'm going to put the can over on the side. So I put the riser here, and I put the can back on top of that, and I like it much better. The log that was on the right hand, I moved it to the left side. 2 terracotta pots that I painted in this lilac kind of a colors in next. And there you go, there's the 2 of them. I put one on the side just to look like, how it looks. And here are the garden tools, all from the Dollar Tree. I had to go out and get them. I couldn't find my other ones, and I used the black and the gray to coordinate with the table itself. And I put those like I just kind of dropped them while I was in the garden. And here's a look at the whole thing. Let me know what you think. Really, I want to know. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great day. I'll be seeing you really soon with some more something. Okay, bye-bye.